1,000 pounds of force. But this seems like a lot of weight for standard-grade hemp rope. Attached in line with the noose is a dynamometer. It will measure the sudden force of the load created by the falling dummy.
We're clear. Clear. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Whoa.
The rope snaps unexpectedly as the dummy hits the bottom of the drop.
Dynamometer read 640 pounds, which means that 640 pounds of force was launched onto his neck as he fell. So 640 pounds is actually the breaking strength of this rope. That also shows you the importance of how good your rope needed to be back in the day.
So how did 19th century executioners hang people without snapping the rope? They pre-stretched the rope the night before so it would expand like a rubber band rather than snap on impact. For this next test, the engineers string up a pre-stretched rope to see if dropping a person too far will indeed trigger a decapitation. The engineers have intentionally chosen a rope that's 3 inches too long. If the dummy falls too far, the impact will overwhelm the neck and cause it to tear apart.
3, 2, 1.
The head of the dummy rips off completely. Although hangings are usually public events, spectators find decapitations unsettling. This time, the engineers match up a 5.5-foot length of rope with the 185-pound anthropomorphic dummy. They're relying completely on the 1913 long drop calculation table.
3, 2, 1.
The dummy's head remains attached, and there's no chance of a drawn-out strangulation. While these mock executions take several minutes to perform, by the mid-20th century, a hanging execution takes just 15 to 20 seconds between the time a prisoner leaves his cell to the time he falls through the trap door. The cold-blooded efficiency of hangings culminates with nearly 13,000 men and 500 women dying in the United States alone. The principles behind the long drop now save lives instead of taking them. Information from ratings charts, similar to the long drop, are used in rock climbing. Engineers design dynamic ropes that stretch when a climber falls to absorb the lethal forces. In particular, that fails more often because of human error. This form of capital punishment merges a readily available technology, the rifle, with human physical skill to execute the condemned quickly and mercifully.
Detail. Ready?
They call it
Aim.
the firing squad.
Fire.
Here you have a modern technological device which had to be used in tandem by the person in order to kill someone. You really had kind of a melding of man and machine in order to carry out this execution.
The civilian firing squad aims to execute criminals as efficiently as possible. It consists of 3 to 5 riflemen. Each stands 20 feet from the condemned. On the squad leader's command, firing begins, and odds are that one of the bullets will instantly stop the heart. The firing squad exploits readily available rifle technology to quickly dispatch condemned criminals. In theory, it makes sense. Militaries have used firing squads to punish desertion and mutiny since the invention of the rifle in 1498.
Especially in the military, rifles were readily available. You had marksmen right there, and they had plenty of ammo. It was the easiest way to execute someone.
From the early 1900s to 1950, American civilian firing squads rely on the Springfield 30 caliber rifle. It's the most popular military sniper rifle and sees action in World War I, II, and the Korean and Vietnam conflicts. The Springfield is known as an incredibly powerful long-range weapon.
Pick a rifle over a handgun because the rifle's more accurate, has a longer barrel. harder to shake, and you have a longer aim point.
The longer barrel of a rifle gives it more accuracy over a handgun. The slightest waver in a pistol's line of sight sends the bullet off target dramatically.
For the person in the chair, obviously this was very psychologically traumatizing even before they got riddled with bullets. You've got someone already bound, they're sitting in a chair. Before the hood is placed on their head, they're probably seeing the people who are going to be responsible for their death.
Using a rifle, it is a very efficient machine, but it's only as good as the operator.
These people were not sharpshooters. They were civilians. Regardless of whether or not they were actually aiming for the heart, you couldn't really tell where they were going to hit the person. They could hit them in the shoulder, they could hit them in the leg. Even if one person missed trying to fire for the heart, chances of 5 people missing while shooting for the heart was pretty slim.